So over the holiday season, I got a chance to try a feature on the Xbox Series consoles that I never really paid much attention to, and that's the remote play feature. So back in the day, I had a PS4 and I tried some of the features on that. I even tried some of the cloud gaming features when it came to the PS TV, and unfortunately it didn't leave the best taste in my mouth, so I kind of just ignored it. But I was gifted a Backbone during the Christmas break, and I decided to give this remote play feature a chance on the Xbox Series console, and to be honest, I was completely impressed. And in this video, I'm going to go over that feature, how it works, and some of the cool things that it does really well, as well as some of the stuff it could improve on. So let's take a look. So if you've been following the channel, you've probably seen that I did a review not too long ago on the Backbone, and that's what kind of led me down the path of taking a look at the remote play features on the Xbox Series consoles. And as far as setup goes, it was relatively straightforward. You need to have the Xbox app, you need to sign into the app, and then of course make sure that you have your Xbox tethered with said app. Once that's good to go, one of the big things that I realized early in on using it was that you had to make sure both devices were on 5G, so both your phone or whatever device you're streaming to, as well as your Xbox. Once I did that, I found that playing games basically all around my house was relatively effortless. It felt really good as far as I was concerned. Now, some of the cool things that it sets up for is you can pretty much just go through the app, start a game, and as I understand it, just starts your Xbox remotely wherever you are, and you can start playing games on it. And the thing that I mentioned in the Backbone review that really blew me away was I've used remote play features on other devices like the PlayStation consoles way back when. Again, I don't know how far they've come along. And this felt very one-to-one. This felt like I wasn't having much or any latency at all, which was kind of to me the biggest surprise of this feature. I was expecting to have kind of a more mixed approach to how this worked. My son and I had tried the cloud gaming that's available on like the iPad, for example, with Fortnite, and it seemed to have a large delay when it came to gaming on that. However, the remote play feature did not from my play testing and time with it, and I've been using it quite consistently since I've got this little Backbone device here. So that feature to me blew me away. I'm surprised how well Microsoft has managed to integrate this as a feature for the Xbox, and it's also a little interesting that I don't really hear too much about this feature. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, it's not without its deficits. So the first deficit being, when it comes to starting up some games or starting up your Xbox at all, I found that there seems to be some quirks. So on my Xbox, I do have entrance into my console password protected. So I don't know if for some reason that's causing remote play to not work sometimes. So in other words, I try to connect and it just hangs. And it's a little frustrating because then I have to go all the way downstairs, turn the Xbox on, make sure I'm logged in, that sort of thing. It does seem to be a consistent issue sometimes. Other times it doesn't seem to be an issue. So again, I'm not certain what the reasoning is why it does or doesn't start up. Which leads me to my next point. If you're going to be using this outside of the home, so you're going to be trying this elsewhere, which to be forward, I've only play tested minimally, that may just be a feature that doesn't work at all, since there seems to be some sort of barrier. And I'm going to wager that this is unique to the fact that I keep my Xbox password protected, so kids don't spend a bunch of money on my Xbox store on me. But I keep my Xbox password protected. Some people probably don't. And in that case, those people probably won't have the same issue that I've had in terms of getting this started. Second to that, having tried this outside the home, it doesn't work as well, and I wasn't necessarily expecting it to, especially because I'm not sharing the same internet. I'm just using phone data essentially, and in my experience it kind of cut out, the screen quality diminished, and I had some issues with that. So with that being said, you may have limited return on investment. Now, I have seen some people on Xbox groups use this at different places. I'm gonna wager they've connected to internet that was available to them. And if that's the case, it probably works really well. I can't tell you I've tested it that way. For me, I liked the convenience of being able to let someone else use my downstairs TV screen or that sort of thing, and also be able to play Xbox near them or around my house, which was a feature, like I mentioned in my Backbone review, that I actually did enjoy about the Wii U, despite how mixed people were about that console. And so being able to do that so well around my house, to me, was a big enough appeal that I really like this feature. So overall, if this is something that you haven't tried yet, I would heavily recommend it. As I understand, you don't need just a Backbone device to do that. You can actually Bluetooth connect your controller to your phone or your iPad or that sort of thing. And as I understand, you can get like little mounts for your controller that are relatively cost effective. But overall, the remote play feature for the Series X, there's a lack of latency if you have the right internet set up at home, and that really blew me away at how well it works. So if you haven't tried it, I heavily recommend giving it a try, especially if you're looking at being able to play your Xbox beyond just your TV, or if you share your TV with someone else. I think this is a really underrated feature on the Series consoles.